Hey guys, Dave here from Faith Covenant Youth Group. We are continuing in James this morning, chapter 1, verse 19. There's kind of a lot to unpack in here, so we'll do the best we can. My dear brothers and sisters, take note of this. Everyone should be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to become angry, because human anger does not produce the righteousness that God desires. Therefore, get rid of all moral filth and evil that is so prevalent, and humbly accept the word planted in you, which can save you. Do not merely listen to the word and so deceive yourselves. Do what it says. Anyone who listens to the word but does not do what it says is like someone who looks at his face in a mirror and after looking at himself walks away and immediately forgets what he looks like. But whoever looks intently into the perfect law that gives freedom and continues in it, not forgetting what they have heard, but doing it, they will be blessed in what they do. Those who consider themselves religious and yet do not keep a tight rein on their tongues deceive themselves, and their religion is worthless. Religion that God our Father accepts as pure and faultless is this: to look after orphans and widows in their distress, and to keep oneself from being polluted by the world. Wow, yeah, James is such an action kind of guy. I really like the line, humbly accept the word planted in you. What that means to me is that God has already planted his word in us, and it's up to us to accept his word. It's up to us to get into his word, listen to his word, and after that, do something about his word. However you can serve, especially in this time. I know it's a little tough with things being closed down, but there's always ways to serve, whether that's holding a door open for somebody, or praying for somebody, or calling somebody that's a little bit down and lifting them up. All great ways to serve. All great ways to serve. And it speaks about looking in a mirror and walking away and forgetting what you look like. Well, what does that mean? Well, I think that means when you look in the mirror, it's not just the reflection that you're looking at. You should be looking through the reflection into who you are. And if you look closely and intently, and you remember that, and you walk away seeing who you are, then that makes more of a difference than if you just, and it's kind of like listening to God's word. If you just listen to it and you walk away, it's like, yeah, okay. If you listen to it and you really hear it, and you let it into your heart, then you'll remember it. And if you do something about it in action, then you'll remember it even more, and it will change you. And that's really what that's about. It's really about changing who we are from the inside out. And freedom, the perfect law that gives freedom. Well, if something's giving you freedom, then something must be imprisoning you. And we're all imprisoned by different things, whether it's hobbies or school or work or sports, and none of those things are bad in themselves. They're just things. But if we spend too much time in those and they really start to absorb who we are, or we identify ourselves with those things too much instead of identifying ourselves as Christians, well, then they do become pollution, garbage, as Paul says in a different chapter in the Bible, where all these things have become garbage to me. So we want to be careful about that. And I would challenge you this week to look at what imprisons you and see how you can change that. See if you can take some of the time that you normally would spend doing whatever that activity is, and use that time to serve somebody else. So again, whether that's through a phone call or an act of kindness, whatever comes from your heart, okay? Let's just say whatever comes from your heart. So take some time and do that. That's my challenge to you. I am filling in for Nick this week. Some of you may have heard, some of you may have not have heard, but Nick's father passed away. At the time of this recording, it would have been Tuesday, yesterday. And so keep Nick and his family in your prayers. Nick should be back next week, I believe. But yeah, just be prayerful for the family, and just lift them up. We know that Nick's father is with his Heavenly Father, and we can all take a blessing from that. That is a joyous thing. That is a joyous thing. So anyway, that's your challenge. I hope you have a blessed week, and we'll see you soon.